This morning we'll be taking on just a few issues bordering on both development in our dear state and then the new tactics of the opposition. And the reason why we are doing it is because we believe that they need information. They need to be educated on a number of things because we believe that the issues they are raising borders more on ignorance. And so when people don't have information, you give them so that next time they are well guided because we'll be listening to them. And that will not detract us from continuous response with the projects to the issues they have raised. So we look at the issues of development, particularly in Delta South and Delta North. We will also inform you of their new approach of trying to hoodwink our colleagues in the media and then paint pictures that are totally at variance with reality. And then to also inform you that His Excellency the Governor has directed that all ministries should speed up work on the projects that they are handling at different levels so that we're able to cover more grounds as we make progress. In addition to our effort on human capital development, and then of course, to warn some individuals who have been very busy on account of what they call illegal mining. They have been very busy destroying the Ubolu Heights, an area that we have already earmarked for development as part of the expansion of our urban renewal programs in the Capital Territory. These miners are destroying the landscape of that height, digging so deep and destroying a whole lot of the topography of that environment. As from henceforth, any of such person found engaged in such activities along that Ubolu Heights will be arrested because they are causing a whole lot of harm to the environment, and they are doing so without the permission of government, even when they do realize that that place has been acquired long time ago by government for the purpose of advancing the development of the Capital Territory. So that one at the Ubolu Heights, the continuous mining is hereby prohibited. Now let's proceed to the number of other issues. You do know that we made it very, very clear that Oborevwori will continue to respond with the projects. I'm sure you have seen a good number of projects that we're executing across different spectrum, both in the education sector, in the health sector, in the road sector, in the agriculture sector, and of course, in many other areas, particularly with respect to human capital development that borders on the number of skills acquisition that occurs across the three senatorial districts. Our people in Delta North and Delta South are not exempted from these different programs. What we are seeing is total idleness on the part of some persons, a good number of them who have been in government before, either because they do not have appointment at the moment and they think that they can continuously progress in error by looking for who to deceive. But as part of keeping them busy, we will need to give them more information so that by the time they read, at least they have a little thing to keep them engaged rather than spewing lies here and there, including those who are pointing to some federal roads that are under federal contracts and looking for how to accuse the state government. They should look for device and other means. Those ways are too archaic and outdated. Now, at the weekend, we saw the former Deputy President of the Senate, a man Oborevwori defeated roundly in the last election, accusing our government of neglecting the people of certain senatorial districts. And for emphasis, I need to mention the local governments in the southern senatorial districts. You have Isoko South and North, you have Warri South and North, as well as Warri South West. You have Atani, you have Burutu and Bomadi, 8 local governments in that particular senatorial districts. In Isoko South, we have a good number of roads that we are building, and the people are seeing it in Isoko South. I have mentioned them severally, so I may not need to repeat them. You also realize not long ago I had a privilege of representing His Excellency at the groundbreaking ceremony of the College of Health Technology at Oborevwori. That school, we inspected it not long ago, and you could see the amount of speed that's being brought to bear on that particular project. the Asaba Ugeli Express, which cuts across the three senatorial districts, you will see the amount of speed, particularly in Sector A, Sector C1 and C2. C2 is already completed, and then C1 is progressing speedily, even with accompanying bridges and culverts. That is progressing speedily. Now, when we leave there, I will proceed to Patani. You will also see that we are working on the road in Oborevwori, which is in Patani. There are also schools, secondary schools that we're also renovating in Patani. Water projects are also going on. If you proceed from there and you move to Bomadi, you do know that the Oborevwori Express, which is about 47 kilometers, is ongoing and is being handled by a very competent construction company. We have also in our last ESCO approved the Bomadi Barikolo Road, which is about 18.6 kilometers. That road is also being worked on, in addition to other projects in the health sector that are being handled in these two local governments, both in Burutu and in Bomadi. If you go to Burutu itself, Okontu Ogulaha Road, which is about 12.5 kilometers, is being reconstructed. We also have internal roads in places like in Warri Southwest, Benekuku internal roads, Ukrenkuku internal roads. We also have Ukrenkuku, Babiama and Kukudiabene road also being worked on. All these projects were awarded by the Oborevwori administration in the heart of our coastal communities. If you proceed from that place and you decide to proceed towards Warri North, the Budubudu Bembiri road is being worked on. We are doing so much also even in Warri Southwest in I have mentioned Kukudiabene, the roads we are doing there. And all these things are happening, even in Warri North. You also get to see the number of roads that we are building. And these are in addition to other projects that are also going on. We have already reviewed the Trans-Warri bridges are on, and of course you know it's on ISPO, it's moving on smoothly. The Ode Shekiri Road, which we reviewed not long ago because of change in rates and cost of items, as well as the issue of placing it on ISPO. That job now, I'm sure that any moment from now, the contractor will be able to gain speed because of the ISPO component that will now fast track that, and we're going to be paying over ₦1 billion every month for the purpose of sustaining work on that particular bridge. In addition to that, you do know that the bridges we are building linking the good people of Udu, Uwe, and Warri also benefit a whole lot of our people that works or that crisscross that corridor. I didn't mention the number of the other roads, whether it's upper and lower regional or whether it's a CC road, and many other roads that we're building in Warri South. In addition to schools, now we are very much getting ready for the completion and commissioning of the technical school that we have built in Warri South. I will try to remember the Omadino. That particular project is almost ready for them to be able to have students come in at the next commencement of academic activities. All these things are happening in Warri in Delta South. I also mentioned the effort to give a facelift to the Summit Road, starting from the Summit Junction through to the Government House. I also told you that we have also approved the reconstruction of the Oborevwori Road, starting from where you have the leisure park at the moment, completion of the one from the Government House to where you have the Central Bank Estate, and from the Central Bank Estate, the new construction leading to Oborevwori so that you can easily navigate towards Akuku. That is ongoing. I also told you what we are doing with respect to reconstructing the Opanam major road that transverses the city center of Opanam, starting from the Alpha by Kids Filling Station through to the Catholic Church roundabout and proceeding back to the city gate. We also told you the effort to deal with the major street in Ibuzo. So that's the major street that cuts across Ibuzo. We told you about that. You have had cause to accompany us to inspect the road that leads to Otulu from Iselazaba, which we have had cause to ask the contractor to speed up activities on that corridor. We have also approved reconstruction of roads within the NYC permanent orientation camp in Iseluku. These local governments, by the way, in Delta North we have 9 local government areas, which is made up of Ndokwa East, Ndokwa West, and Okwane, Eka South, Eka North, Anyocha South, Anyocha North, Oshibili North, and Oshibili South. These are the 9 local government areas in Delta North. In each of the 9 local government areas, Oborevwori has his footprints. He has been able to deal and complete the storm drainage in Owale Road that takes away flood water through Owufien to the river in that particular the Fien River. We have also been able to award some roads. The Dumwetiti Street is already done and dusted, completed. We are also working on the Alushimi or Wanta Road. At the moment, the SQ has also approved, you do know, the Oborevwori Road, the Oborevwori'S Street in Abafo, which is in Eka South. And there's another road that we're building along the DDB in Abo, which is also in Eka South. At the same time, there are roads that we have also reviewed for the purpose of getting into tend to the reality of modern day and then to see that they are completed. The contractor has already remobilized to site on the Gifri Road, starting from Otolopo all the way to Buji. It's over 11 kilometer stretch of road. All these things are being done under the Oborevwori administration. If you proceed down this way and then also ask what is happening in the Ndokwa West axis, you do know the number of roads. The Weshi Utabono Road, the Ndemili Utabono Road, the Inokwane, we have the Amai Araba Road already awarded, in addition to what we are doing in the health and education sectors. Even when you come back to Ndokwa East, you know now that the people they have said big bye-bye to the use of Pontu to cross the Ase Creek. Now they take advantage of the Beneku Bridge and cross both the approach and the descent of that bridge has been done and is done and dusted. These projects I'm mentioning, you know, are very much verifiable. I didn't bother to mention the smaller ones because if I begin to name them one by one, we won't be living here today.